What year did he join?
Pardon?
What year did he join?
I'm not quite sure. I know it was in the 40s, early 40s, but I never bothered to find out when. I was 3 when we went to live in Mullaghmore, so 34 and 3 is 37. Must have been at the beginning of the war, 39, 40.
Yeah.
It was when the Americans came over that he was seconded, as they called it, to the American forces to sort their money out for them.
They had a big base in Derry, didn't they? They had a big army base in Derry. Navy,
Big,
army, navy base. Uh, it doesn't matter anyway. Yeah.
I'm not picking you up, Edward, a big something in Derry.
Yeah, Americans had a base.
Oh, a base in Derry, yes, but they were in Oman as well.
Yeah.
I remember one time Mummy and I were up visiting Uncle Hugh, who had a radio, who would listen to 20 questions on a Sunday night. And Mummy and Peggy McCrory and Peggy Rafferty and Uncle Hugh sit round the radio answering the questions before the people put the answers out there. I had to go because I was the only wee girl and 4 brothers that used to batter the life out of me with pillows. Anyhow, we were coming home from Uncle Hugh's one Sunday night, and the Americans were all along for Kaymore Gardens entrances now, all along there, as far as Knocknamo Castle. All their lorries were parked along that road, and they were living in them. They were on manoeuvres, as they called it. And Mummy and I were coming home about 10:30 or 11 o'clock on a Sunday night, and this soldier with a gun in his hand stepped out in front of us and said, "Who goes there? Friend or foe?" And Mummy says, "It's me. I brought you down tea this afternoon. Do you not remember? Say friend or foe." And Mummy says, "Friend or foe?" And he says, "Oh, go on, go home." We never heard those words before. Friend, say friend or foe, and she said friend or foe.
It's comedy.
But they would bring up candies to us up at the house. They had candy. I never had candy before, and it was lovely.
Yeah, the rationing.
One Saturday I was in town with Mum, and we went into Devlin's shop. It used to be where Super Value is now. There was a cinema in there, and Devlin's had a wee sweet shop before you went into the cinema. And we were in getting ice cream, and there was all these American soldiers in standing around, and one of them said to me, "I will buy you an ice cream, but if you never wear brown ribbons in your hair again." I had 2 plaits down the back with brown ribbons on me. I looked up at Mummy, and Mummy says, "Say yes, say yes." So I said yes, and he said, "Right, give this young lady the biggest ice cream you can do in this house, and she'll never wear brown ribbons again."
Good stuff.
But I don't know whether I did or not. everybody'd gather round and they'd play all these American tunes, and then he'd take youngsters out of the crowd to come and conduct.
Right.
And I remember I went up to conduct one day and I was doing whatever I'd seen him doing. And then it got slower and the music went slower. And I went, so and he came over and took my hand. He says, "Do it quickly." And they started playing very quickly then. It's one of the things you remember, isn't it?
Indeed, yeah.
The Americans were very popular, and Mrs. McDade, her husband had a fish shop opposite Super Value, and she used to do food in at the back, like dinners or teas or whatever anybody wanted. And the Americans would all flock to her, and she would do them a big breakfast fry-up and things like that. And then the word came through that they were being shipped out to go to the war, wherever it was at the time. And they all cleared off, but before they went, Mrs. McDade took the names and addresses of the boys in America, their homes. And she said she would let their people know that they went off okay, and they were all okay. But whatever ship they were on was bombarded and sunk. And she wrote to every one of the families, telling them the last time she saw their son and that he was well and thoughtful. And only two of there was about 20 altogether, only two wrote back and thanked her.
My goodness.
For writing. Mrs. McDade was a great woman altogether. She never turned anybody away. If they wanted tea or come in with the fair day, the farmers coming in, all got their food from her.
Good stuff. Yeah, it's nearly time to go, Mum, so